the training and classes we got before we went about what happened. Ho Chi Minh was communist, and after World War II, this is what we received in terms of information. After World War II, Ho Chi Minh wanted everybody out if you weren't Vietnamese. It was time for the country to be Vietnam. And the French wanted to come in and colonize again. And so with the other powers to be and not wanting communism, they went back. During that period, once they got the French out and the fear of then the communists under Ho Chi Minh taking over the country, our idea was initially to send over advisors to assist with advising the Vietnamese army in fighting the war.
Caesar, how did that go? Was that a popular thing? Were you accepted well as an American advisor? And were you able to help the South Vietnamese? Or what went wrong?
Good question. I wish I knew what went wrong. But I think in terms of acceptance, I've always struggled with, I wasn't sure whether the Vietnamese wanted the Americans in, but they did want their country back. And if it was going to help get everybody out, but you got to realize too, at the same time we were coming in to advise and help, I'm sure in the back of someone's minds, they were going to end up being under Americans instead of under French. And so in terms of how much acceptance, I'm not sure which way it would go. But I never felt like I wasn't accepted. I felt like the soldiers I worked with, the people in the country, were as open as they could be.
But the things went downhill.
I don't know if they went downhill. They hadn't got up the hill yet. Remember, once they got the French out, and I'm not Vietnamese by any means, but once they got the French out, I'm sure in most of them minds, now it's going to be our country. And yet they didn't want the communists. They didn't want the communists. They wanted it free. And they saw us as coming in to help them get it free. But in terms of where they were at that particular time, the power was with Ho Chi Minh and the North Vietnamese army more so than the South.